on the Pro Wrestling Show. This is the Welcome to Report. We search and cover recaps that people did. The name is John Cena. John Cena is set to appear on SmackDown sometime next month. We'll get to what John Cena's coming back to returning to WWE. Let's go to what's this friendship between JD Madonna and Finn Balor. If they ruined the Judgment Day, and if JD Madonna one day joined the Judgment Day, we'll get to it with him and Finn Balor with their shenanigans and stuff going on. As well as this, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line as we see champion Gunther defend the championship. Let me show Gunther right quick. Preview of Gunther. Goes against Chad Gable coming up. And we're getting the return of the tag team champions. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens return after month-long injuries. We'll talk about that coming up. And coming up. Also what is next for world champion Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura? They had that face-to-face confrontation last week, then lead towards this. We'll talk about it as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kitty Dix here. Glad you enjoyed the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and scan. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We got a lot to get to. Like I said, the Pro Wrestling Show is the show of every week. We get you started and get your recap on what's going on. So let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get to the stories of the day right now here on the Pro Wrestling Show. All right.
Uno, dos, tres.
All right, we're gonna get things started here on the Pro Wrestling Show with this. We're talking about this right here. The tag team champions, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, are back. The tag team champions made their long way return after Sami Zayn got a long standing ovation in Quebec. I think this was Sami's moment coming back due to Elimination Chamber. We had that championship match earlier this year. Sami Zayn returned back with a vengeance. Sami Zayn looking forward to his moment in the sun. So Sami Zayn back here in Quebec. So I guess Sami Zayn back for some reason. So he didn't have to waste no time whatsoever. As the Judgment Day came out there to even some odds against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. The Judgment Day even had got a challenge issued to them by the tag team champions. They want two members of the Judgment Day, I guess, including Rhea Ripley, and we'll find out later tonight who the two members are going to be coming up. Speaking of that, the Miz continued to antagonize LA Knight. Miz came over to SmackDown to even trying to get LA Knight's attention, distract him. But Miz was in action against Akira Tozawa. LA Knight was at ringside providing a distraction to the Miz. Miz trying to focus on LA Knight more than his own distractions. Miz lost his match against Akira Tozawa. It was kind of like an upset right there. LA Knight proving to the world that he still has it, and Miz doesn't see it. And the Miz trying to figure out everything about LA Knight, but I think this feud is going to continue on. Expect this match sometime at Payback or SmackDown or something, because this match is getting what they say, it's getting crazier. I'll say that right now. But speaking of something crazier, Drew McIntyre teamed up with Matt Riddle. Drew McIntyre was in action. Drew McIntyre and Riddle was in action. Drew McIntyre and Riddle trying to make a formidable tag team that that's Imperium. Sorry, folks. Drew McIntyre and Riddle went against the New Day. New Day and them. You see right here. Um Drew McIntyre, New Day. I don't know what's going on. It's like the no one contender hip or something going on. They want to be who wants to go for the tag team titles. Well, Drew wants an opportunity to shine at the tag team titles, but he has Riddle in his corner. Well, all we know is that Drew McIntyre and Riddle will go against the New Day next week in another return match. Drew McIntyre looking for some gold, and he wants some gold real bad. He wants tag gold. Imagine him with the tag team title, so we'll have to wait and see. Well, we know that Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio they're going to be in action later today on NXT, but they came out there to help trying to maintain order and keep Finn and Damien from not killing each other. We know that Rhea Ripley, she's been a target as late. They was trying to strategize her and I forgot his name, Damian Priest. So the strategy is there. We going to see how that's going to formulate, how that's going to work out between them. Only time will tell on that, and we'll see how this is going to be heading forward. So we'll have to wait and see. Well, the Intercontinental Championship match was on the line as Chad Gable went against Gunther for the prestigious Intercontinental title. Chad Gable did put all his force and all his might. Chad Gable wants to become the next Intercontinental Champion, wants to dethrone Gunther from Gunther setting his sights to becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. Gunther has nearly 2 weeks to go to become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. Well, Chad Gable tried to put his all in his mighty. Chad Gable won the match, but he didn't win the title. He won by by count out Gunther. You can tell right here, irate, ballistic, that Chad Gable may get another shot at the Intercontinental Championship once again. Chad Gable looking forward, probably get another shot at the Intercontinental title. But Gunther a little bit irate that he lost to Chad Gable, and we wanted to put this to bed, but this ain't going to bed yet. Chad Gable might get another shot at Gunther and his cup of the Intercontinental Championship. We just don't know when, we just don't know where, but we have to wait and see how that's going to play out sooner rather than later. Speaking of that, well, Finn Balor's kind of mentoring his protege, JD Madonna. You know, Finn Balor and JD Madonna, a long friendship or history together. JD Madonna and Finn Balor, we're trying to wonder like everybody else to see how this gonna rotate and stuff. But we know this that Finn Balor and JD Madonna, I believe that Finn Balor is working his way to easily put JD Madonna into the Judgment Day. Just trying to figure out how to get rid of Damian Priest. And I think that's the problem lies. Finn Balor and Damian Priest just don't like each other. And Dominic and Rhea are trying to keep them at bay. But the inevitable is gonna happen sooner rather than later. You know, Finn Balor might start his own Judgment Day group with JD and just say fuck it and just go from there. So we'll have to wait and see how that's gonna play out, but you know it's coming. Well, Cody Rhodes got interviewed. Cody Rhodes talking about what's next for him. You know, Cody has been doing a lot of busy stuff. You know, Cody's been doing media tours for WrestleMania 40 for Philadelphia. So Cody Rhodes came out there and asked the question that many people want to know. Cody Rhodes came out there and came to the crowd and tried to see what the crowd thought. And Cody Rhodes trying to be the people's champion in a way, the Rock in a way. But Cody Rhodes, um, we'll tell you a little bit later what Cody was up to a little bit later in the show. Well, we told you this last week on Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins had a face to face, and if we can show that, there you go, just face to face right here between the world champion and Nakamura. after what Nakamura had ambushed the world champion after Seth was trying to get Nakamura back into the forefront in matches, but Nakamura didn't like that. Nakamura whispered something to Seth Rollins' ear, and we kind of got revealed what was that. And Nakamura revealed in a tape interview that Seth Rollins is having back problems, and Seth Rollins even confirmed to those rumors that he was having back problems. He did have back problems. He still have back problems. He's injuring. He's healing up, icing up. The world champion said that he does, and he wants Nakamura one more time in the ring. But we know this. Has been confirmed by WWE that at Payback, Seth Rollins will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. So we'll see Rollins and Nakamura one more time at Payback, one on one. So we'll see that because Nakamura finally win a WWE World Championship that he's been craving and been trying to get for quite some time. Seth Rollins fall victim to Nakamura, and Nakamura easily win the world title by winning the belt. But Seth Rollins said Nakamura made this personal, so we'll just have to wait and see how personal it's going to be. But Seth Rollins issuing that challenge that he gets Nakamura. He wants him in the ring next week, man to man, face to face. But this time we'll see. This time be for the world title next week. Speaking of that, the legendary Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus was in a match against Becky Lynch last week after some people had claimed that the match didn't go as planned. Trish Stratus came out there. The match didn't go as planned. It was a match that George Starks got involved. We know Adam Pearce last week told Trish and informed Trish that she will go against Becky Lynch, but this time inside of a solid 15-foot solid steel cage. They will have a steel cage match at Payback right here. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, a steel cage match, but Trish Stratus had to clear the air and get things out her chest. Trish said that she believes Becky Lynch is trying to goat her into getting a cage match, and she's scared. Trish said that 24 years ago she was scared. She came into WWE. Now she has evolved into becoming the greatest women's wrestler of all time, along with Becky Lynch. We know Trish Stratus saying that she want to get her hands on Becky Lynch and show Becky Lynch a different side of her inside that cage. Becky Lynch said that Trish won't be the only one she get her hands on. She said that next week she's gonna take on Zoe Starks. So Zoe Starks will take on Becky Lynch next week in a Falls Count Anywhere match. You got to wonder and believe that Trish Stratus will be somewhere around for that match to look out for Zoe after what Zoe did to Becky. So we'll see that match next week between the fierce female coming out next week. Speaking of that, um, Shayna Baszler, who's been on the road, she's been breaking people's arms and legs, and even destroyed Ronda Rousey. And Baszler looking forward to getting her hands on somebody forward. So I'd say look for that coming forward, someone down the road. But Shayna Baszler wants to afflict pain on anybody that stands in her way, and she will do so. But there's a promo. I'm thinking she's gonna feud with Becky Lynch next. That's what I'm thinking because they got a long-standing history and it's unfinished business. But speaking of unfinished business, right here, Raquel Rodriguez, she has unfinished business. Raquel Rodriguez want to get her hands on Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. After what Rhea Ripley had done, we know Raquel will be challenging Ripley at Payback for the Women's World Title. So we'll get to see that match coming over next week. But like I said, that match is gonna be good, but we just have to wait and see how this is gonna come around somewhere down the road. But we know next week, next 2 weeks, Rhea Ripley will defend the women's title against Raquel Rodriguez. Well, we end the suspense right here. Chelsea Green teamed up with Piper Niven. That's a new tag team partner. That Chelsea was trying to tell Piper that she has to audition, but Piper Niven took the belt And now Piper Niven is one half of the women's tag team champion. She forced her way in becoming Chelsea's partner. And Piper Niven holds the gold with Chelsea Green at defeating Katana Chance and Kaden Carter in a match. So Katana Chance and Kaden Carter didn't really have a chance whatsoever. I guess Piper Niven showing her dominance as she is, a true dominance inside the ring, over and out. So we'll get to see that between these two tag teams. Hopefully there's no curse for the women's tag team titles going forward. Speaking of that, we get to the main event. The Judgment Day was in action. The Judgment Day was in action against tag team champions. That's the women's tag team champions. This is the tag team champion. The Judgment Day in the ring with tag team champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens returning. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens tried to get the upper hand in the match, but it ended in no contest. Then it turned to a 6-man tag team match. Another as Cody Rhodes teamed up with the tag team champions. Cody Rhodes helping out Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens always fight for the Judgment Day. Cody Rhodes becoming a long-standing gem in Raw, and you can tell right here. This is what had went down right here. Rhea Ripley trying to scoop slam Kevin Owens. We see Damian Priest trying to use the briefcase. Damian Priest, the briefcase getting between Priest and Finn Balor. That briefcase just everywhere and stuff. Well, we know this, that Rhea Ripley tried to scoop slam Kevin Owens and try to take him down. Try to provide distraction and try to create even the odds, but the odds wasn't even. But you can tell right here, this is going to ruin the Judgment Day, that Money in the Bank briefcase between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And Finn Balor's really going to have to turn on Priest and replace him with JD Madonna. It's coming. You just don't see when it's going to come, but we know it's coming. But we know this, that the tag team champions are back. They're back winning on Raw. So this Raw was okay. It wasn't, it had no effect tonight. They're just building up matches for Payback, and we already know some of the matches and building up tension against the Judgment Day between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Also, too, we want to mention, mentioned that another tag team coming around. Tommaso Ciampa may mention that he's looking for Johnny Gargano. I hope he's fine. Johnny Gargano, DI, come back, and we'll get to see that sooner rather than later. Hopefully, DUI coming back. Tommaso Ciampa. So we'll get to see that coming soon. All right, that ends the Raw Ring Report. We move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we're talking about this. The man, the myth, the legend, John Cena. Get him up. John Cena will be returning to WWE for the SmackDown September 1st show and the Superstar Spectacular show. John Cena returning back to WWE. We don't know what John Cena will do. Last time Cena appeared was at last month Money in the Bank. John Cena returned Money in the Bank, and he wanted to put it out there that he wanted WWE to host London to get WrestleMania. I don't know how successful this is going to be, but we have to wait and see how this is going to play out. John Cena, what's in store for the Doctor of Thugonomics? He makes it leader. What's his grand plan is, but this is what John Cena put down right here. And he's coming back to WWE September 1st. And he's doing September 8th for India. I guess that's right. He doing that, so John Cena want to do time from work. Speaking of that, Naomi blurred out a family reunion picture between the Usos, the Uso family. Getting something blurred. We see Solo and his wife and his family, and we see Jimmy and his wife Naomi. We see Jay. They just blurred out Jay and Solo, I guess, due to current punk storyline between the bloodline, and all the brothers are being factions. But you can tell right here, this is a family reunion. Just real life, no life. All right, we know coming up later tonight on NXT, Dominant and Rhea Ripley will be in a mixed wrestling match with Dragon Lee and Live Return. We'll see down the NXT Ring Report, so we'll have that subject for you as well. Look for that coming up tonight. So, from the internet now for the Raw Ring Report. Thank you for watching the WWE Raw Ring Report on the Pro Wrestling Show. I think you're hosting this thing so long. We'll see you tonight for